Welcome back into the Cheesehead and the Bear podcast, episode 108. You have Cheesehead number one, Connor Kelly.
Got the Bear, Brennan Elkis.
And we got the Viking, not sick this time, Alex Rudinger.
Let's go. He has to be here because we are building the best possible, offseason we could for the Minnesota Vikings. And let me tell you, it was a lot harder for me. I don't know about you two.
There's a
but we'll just have
lot
to
of
see.
things to look at, dude.
Easy.
So many
It
things
was
to
so
look at.
easy.
The restructure saved my life. But yeah, seeing that negative 43 million was scary. Let's just say that. We got a lot of sports starters. We're going to do some fan questions if we have some time. Alex brought a game for us, and then we're going to be predicting some NFL free agency destinations. But let's start with some sports starters. As always, USA men's and women for hockey win gold, baby. Let's go. Over Canada for both. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big Winter Olympics guy. What about you guys? Are you big into the Winter Olympics?
I don't
I
care.
kept up on it a little bit, just the medal count, but not too big into the individual sports themselves.
Did you watch either gold? Like, I know Connor and I did, but did you watch any of the gold games?
Oh, I was working.
That's fair. Yeah, me and Connor were watching it. We got up on Sunday a little to watch basically the end of it. We were watching it, and for some reason we had it on mute. That was kind of goofy. We're just watching it on mute for some reason, and obviously when we scored, we're like, "Oh, what happened? We don't know if they scored or not." And then everyone's obviously started cheering.
Everyone throwing their
cheering.
shit in the air, like, "Oh, they won! Yeah!"
Literally.
It was like I turned it on. And it was like, "Oh my God, USA has won!" I'm like, "Oh yeah, they won it. They won it, guys. That's awesome."
Yeah, would have been nice to have the volume on.
That would have been that was cool though. Seeing all the TikTok edits of the USA hockey women's and men over Canada was pretty sweet. So shout out America. We're better
Shout
at
out
everything.
shout out to you.
Dude. Guy got 3 of his teeth busted in and went and still kept playing and scored the game-winning goal, dude. Literally a child dream.
Yes. Yes. So hopefully we can keep. I don't know if it's still going. Is
No,
the
it's
Olympics
done.
over or is it still going? Okay.
So
The Olympics
Good to
are
know.
over.
Oh, it's over. Perfect. All right, that's all I really got on hockey. Shout out hockey. We got to put hockey.
Big
in
hockey
every
guys
podcast now because we're big hockey guys. Got all of our teams. All right, back to football. Here we go. Javonte Williams signs a 3-year deal, $24 million with the Dallas Cowboys. They finally do something semi-right. So we'll start with you, Connor. What do you think about the Cowboys getting their running back for the next 2 to 3 years?
I think it's great. I think this is something that they needed. Obviously, they have a fantastic passing attack with CD and George Pickens and Dak Prescott. So all of that's great, but you need an established run game, and Javonte fit really well on this Cowboys team, especially for being a first year, new system and everything. He fit extremely well, easily best season of his career. And I think he's just the perfect running back to fit this type of team of, air it out when you're on the 5-yard line. You run it with Javonte. He gets in the end zone, and he also had just a couple great breakaways this season. Still really young as well. He's got a lot of career ahead of him. So I think this is a really good play by them. Just a secure running back who had a phenomenal season, who can only get better with this team once he stays with them for a while.
Yeah, man, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Totally deserve this contract, and it's cool to see the Cowboys actually giving somebody a contract that they deserve instead of, playing it out till the very last second. No spoilers here, but what do you think,
Yeah.
Brandon?
I was gonna ask you guys. 18's just a little low. I'm not gonna lie. I know this is his first, best season of his career, but he was 10th in carries, 9th in yards, and 8th in touchdowns with 11, with 1,200 yards. I thought he would have been at least in the double digits, but maybe Jerry finally got a discount on one of these guys and took advantage of it, I guess. But I think it's a great deal. Connor said it perfectly. With his age, he's going to be 26 when the season starts, and I think they're just going to ramp him up even more with him getting used to the situation and the system in Dallas. I think him and Shadi are going to be a good duo for that offense, and especially now that it sounds like the Dallas Cowboys are also going to franchise tag GP giving him a franchise tag of 28 million if they can't get a long-term deal done. I know you were kind of taking jabs at him earlier a few pods ago, Alex, about possibly him, slipping through their fingers. What do you think about him getting a franchise tag, 28 mil? Is that too much? Too little? Want more?
Um, I think it would make. I don't know. I think you're gonna pay the guy 28 million dollars on a franchise tag this year. I mean, what's to stop you from throwing him like a 3 year, 65 million dollar contract where you're paying, 20 some million. Granted, I don't know what George Pickens thinks he's worth or if he would take that kind of money, but I don't know.
Got it.
I feel like it's weird that if you just throw the franchise tag on him for 28 mil, it seems like a lot, but also George Pickens shows that he could step up and be that wide receiver one with CD missing time. So, a fully healthy season from CD plus you get a full season from George Pickens with hopefully full season from Dak Prescott. We were able to see what they did this year. So, if you can run it back and it's just going to cost you the 28 mil, I say fuck it. Do it.
Sure.
I tried not to
Sure.
swear, but I
No, you're good.
couldn't
Got a
think of
little late
anything
into
else.
that one.
Yep.
Frick it.
That's what I was about to go with, and I was like, I cannot say that.
Yeah, just had to ride
Yep.
with it.
Yep.
Kind of, I'll go before you if that's okay.
That's fine.
It's the same thing with Javante for me. I think this is kind of low. I think he should. I thought he was going to get probably like 32, 33. I mean, 93, 1,409. Sure, you can make the examples of his effort at points, but this offense is explosive. And obviously, getting rid of Micah, you got to keep some of these guys and keep some of these guys happy. So I would try to get him that deal, and it would be in that 33 to 32, 34 range. Anything over 35, that's just a little egregious for me. But I think if he gets a franchise tag, there's a good chance that he just walks the next year because what else could he do? He led his team in receiving yards and had Lamb on the team. So I think Jerry needs to get this one done, or George Pickens, the psycho that he is definitely gonna look to go somewhere else for more money next year.
I agree. I think if they don't get a long-term deal done, I think there's a very strong chance he leaves next year. I think that also kind of depends on how he plays. If he goes off again, I think Jerry might finally just chuck him a bag. Like, oh, you had to prove it twice, even after the season he had this year. Um, but I'd agree. I think he's probably worth around 30 million a year, maybe 31, 29. So I think the franchise tag of 28 million is pretty fair. Um, but yeah, you guys kind of hit it on the head. I think if they don't get one done, there's a good chance he is gone. And if they do get one done, I think there's a great chance that this Cowboys offense, especially the passing game, is going to be some of the best we see for the next multiple years.
Yeah, would you rather like just get it done now and do the like 33, 34, or possibly wait to see if he does like this again or even better like you were saying and it's like 38, 39 because he had the same stats but maybe better.
I mean, I'd rather get a long-term deal done now before that does happen again, and then all of a sudden he's going to be asking for 40 because, a lot of these NFL guys, I mean, they're greedy. I mean, hey, get your money, but you have two fantastic seasons like that. Like, let's say hypothetically Pickens lands in the top five in receiving yards again. He's going to be asking for a lot of money. So it's, one of those things that we talk about all the time. I'd rather get it done now before he has an amazing year next year and you have to waste another 5, 6 million a year on, a super big contract.
You agree, Alex?
Agreed. I agree, brother. That was well said.
Nice. Yeah, I'm on the train to just getting it done now because I don't see this offense slowing down really at all for any reason. So get that deal done, Jerry. The last thing you need is another star leaving that team.
Facts.
Another guy getting franchise tagged by the Falcons is going to be Kyle Pitts. 16 million a year for Kyle Pitts, and that's a little high for me. I get it, a lot of people are saying he broke out, but he is not broken out with his current quarterback on the team. I know Kirk Cousins is on the team in quotes, but they've been saying that he's going to be cut here soon. So he broke out at the end of the year with Kirk Cousins. Does Penix come back and light it up, or do they bring in another quarterback? I don't know, but you got to keep some people on the offense. But 16 million for Kyle Pitts for 4 to 5 good games is kind of scary to me because he's kind of doing what he did at the end of the year, or he's giving you 0 fantasy points, and it's just a little terrifying for me.
The thing is, I'm not mad at necessarily franchise tagging him for this year because, like, yes, it is worth 16 million, but at the same time, his rookie year, he had 1,000 yards. People thought he was going to be like the greatest tight end of all time, and then he had a very bad next 2 years, and then this year, once again with Kirk Cousins, finally started to kind of break out towards the end, which we haven't really seen with Penix yet, even though he said we were going to see a lot of Kyle Pitts this year. Um, and it's one of those things where if he goes out and has a fantastic year this year, sure, he's due for, a nice contract. He proved himself with their franchise quarterback most likely. So it's one of those where you can offer him a contract and feel happy about it. Or you franchise tag him this year, he sucks, you give him a worse contract, or quite frankly, he goes somewhere else because he's not, up to standard of what this Falcons offense wants him to do. So I think it's, not bad that they franchise tag him, and I feel like this is a real prove it year for Kyle Pitts of can you have a full good year and do it 2 years in a row. Especially with Bijan, Drake London on the offense, like they still got guys. They can find a tight end to put in there that's not Pitts.
Yeah, man, he's on track for 6 touchdowns this year. Look out for that. They're paying 18 mil for that.
Kind of
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, I think it's a bit much to be honest with you. But I kind of get it from the Falcons' perspective. I think Connor said it perfectly. Just see what you get from him this year, and then see if he's able to produce 2 years in a row. Granted, a lot of that, like Brennan had said, is going to be dependent on what their answer is at quarterback. Is Michael Penix the guy? I don't know. I don't really think so. But, do they bring in another guy? Do they just ride it out? And, maybe Pitts has a down year and they can sign him for cheaper because they do believe in him. I don't know. I just think 18's a little high for a franchise tag on a tight end, especially one who, is pretty inconsistent. And whether that's his fault or not, I just think it's a bit much. But like Connor said, see what he does this year and then make a decision after.
What's let's just throw like because we love doing hypotheticals here. What is like yardage and touchdowns he has to get for him to get because the franchise tag is 16. How much would it be to get like 18 to 20 in your opinion? Does he need to break that 1K? Because this year was his quote unquote
1K and
breakout
8.
year, and he had 928 and 5, and this was his breakout. So what would we be looking at for Mr. Pitts to get like
Breakout
another
is
bigger contract?
the breakout word is so bad 'cause he had 1,000 yards as a rookie, and then he just sucked for 2 years, and then he went back to 900 and almost 1,000 yards. So like we know he could do it. He just wasn't. He just wasn't being good. But
I mean, he's
I
been in
mean,
the league for 5. So he was 1,000, and then he got hurt with 10 games, and he had 300, and then 2 600s back to back, and then this last season.
yeah,
So
I'm just saying more so. Like was his first breakout year in 3 years, but I don't know if breakout is really the word
Yeah,
considering we've seen him
especially
do it
with
before.
the rookie year he had,
Yes.
100%. I would say
Um,
I want to see at least 1,000 and at least 8 touchdowns. Like if you can't be the red zone guy, which he's proven all of his career so far that he's not with his touchdown numbers. Like you're a tight end, brother. You're the big body that people are looking for in the end zone. Be that. Why are you only scoring one additional touchdown a year? How do you keep doing? Are you doing it on purpose?
he might be
Like,
dropping touchdowns on
yeah,
purpose. He's like, I can't.
I can't mess
Too
it
many.
up. It's too
The
funny. All
quota.
the memes.
uh,
Yeah, man.
Honestly, for me, I'm not too worried about the yards. Like if he had like 800-ish yards, 850, I think that'd be okay. But I'd like to see maybe like 10 touchdowns. I know it's kind of a lot, like be the red zone guy because like I mentioned just a little bit ago, like you have Drake London, you have Bijan. Those are like the go-to guys, right? You want those guys to go for, 1,400, 1,500 receiving and rushing yards. Like you want those guys be elite. So Kyle Pitts, I'm not too worried about the yards, but I'd like to see him be a red zone target and actually make an impact on the offense. I don't really care if he has 1,100 yards and one touchdown.
Yeah.
I just want to know who's throwing all those receiving yards. Holy
Come
shit.
on now. Penix is cool.
Someone's
Penix
got to
is cool.
develop,
He
right?
throws lefty. That's good in the NFL, right? All the lefty quarterbacks. No, I think what I'm kind of hearing is I think the threshold at least 800 is kind of what
Mhm.
is kind of sounding like you guys are thinking about. Like at least 800 and like 7 touchdown is a minimum. I think like a 850 and 7 to 8. I think he gets the 17, 18 million dollar contract. But anything more than that, he could get mad money or anything less. It could get gross from Mr. Pitt. So this is a big year for I think the whole Atlanta team with the new coach there as well. But just like off the games that we've seen, what do we think Bijan gets
How much
just for
money?
fun? Yeah, like a year.
Oh my God.
Because I think Christian McCaffrey this year is like 18, 20, something in that range.
I'd say like 22, 23,
I was gonna say
somewhere, somewhere around there, dude.
probably at the 20,
That's
if not
crazy.
22, 23. Like, yeah,
Just wait till the
I'm kind of
Lions
right
have to
there.
pay Gibbs, dude.
Oh,
That's
dude,
gonna
he's gonna make
be
so much money.
disgusting.
I think Bijan is first,
Yeah.
so I think Bijan's gonna set
I
that,
think
and
so.
Gibbs is gonna go. My God,
Yeah, thank
let's
you.
Gibbs is just gonna be
go!
doing
Thank
laps.
you,
Go!
Bijan.
I love you, Bijan.
Imagine
That's fun,
Bijan
bro.
takes like a team friendly like
Oh my
15. Gibbs is
God.
gonna text him, "You're a piece of shit."
You're
You're a
a
piece of
bitch.
shit. I'm like Tom Brady. I'm taking these pay cuts to get these Super Bowls. Gibbs in the DMs. You're a fucking bitch.
You're the worst.
All right, two more sports starters here. We can make them kind of quick. Two 49ers, actually. Trent Williams to be released, barring constructional solution. So it sounds like the 49ers are trying to figure out Trent Williams' contract, and if it doesn't get figured out, the 39-year-old, I believe he is going to be a free agent. I get it, he's one of the best, if not the best left tackle in football, but at what point do you start bringing into that age as a factor? What do you guys think about him being a possible free agent if they don't get it figured out?
I mean, he might think, he's still got a lot left in the tank, but like being 39 as an offensive lineman is unreal. The amount of
37.
37. Okay,
37, fake
gotcha.
information, Brennan.
Gonna be
Um,
38, so it's close.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, still, that's really old for being an offensive lineman for that long. Your body has so much wear and tear on it. Like, how much do you really have to offer? And I know he's elite at his position, but I mean, if he doesn't get a deal done, I'm sure someone will jump on him, but it's probably going to be like a 1 year deal for, probably a lot of money. Like, sure, that's fine, but, quite frankly, at his age, I really just don't think it's like that big of a deal.
My team needs a left tackle. I'll take him for a team friendly deal. That would be awesome.
If he
Uh,
takes one, he's
I,
probably
I,
going to want
I'm
a
kind of.
million, bajillion dollars.
How about
A
a
million
nice
dollars?
handshake?
Deal.
That's why I went
Million
to
dollars.
a jabillion because I was like, a
Jabillion.
million dollars is so much.
Jabillion.
A
I don't
million
know, man.
jabillion.
If he would take like a friendly, because again, like you said, the age is scary, and he is elite as hell. But it's just like, for us, I guess it would say for the Bears, it's just a rental at that point because of some guys we have that got hurt last season. But I take a flyer on him, and it's not really a flyer because I feel like some shit team would give him bajillions of dollars, like the Titans or something.
Yeah.
But if you would want to go to a team that could possibly compete, I'd definitely take a flyer on Trent for sure.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, also at the same time, I would 100% think that maybe he would want to go ring chasing. So, especially, being with Washington and then the 49ers, I think he wants some hardware. So I think he'd be willing to take a lesser deal for a team that he considers to be Super Bowl contenders or Super Bowl bound.
What's that
Um,
contract look like though? How much money is that?
I don't think it would be anything crazy, man.
10,
He has had to have
10.
made so much money in his career, man.
Yeah, but if
Like
he thinks he's the best at his position and still has like, he's got a few years left in the tank, what stopped him from saying I want 25 million?
the fact that
He'd
he
go
wants
play
to
for the
win a ring.
then go play for the Titans.
Right. Yeah.
Go
I
play for
think
the Raiders and block for Fernando for a year. That's basically what it's got to come back down
Patriots
to. I don't.
replace Will
Will
Campbell.
Campbell is
Move
their
Will
left
Campbell.
tackle, okay?
Move Will Campbell to
He's
guard
got a
like you
full off
should.
season, man.
Yeah, let him
God.
live, is what they say. No, I mean it's he's got to pick one basically. If he wants the money, which I wouldn't blame him either, go play for the fucking Chargers or some shitty team. I mean, Chargers is a bad example. I just know they have a lot of money, but like the Raiders or Titans, or go to the Packers and take a minimum and play as their left tackle because I couldn't fucking tell you who the left tackle is for the Packers right now. I think it's
Pretty sure we need
Morgan, and he stinks. So any of those teams that are contending, I think he should definitely go that route. But people love money in the NFL. So, and then Alex's boy Quessy joins the 49ers, staff. What do we think about that? Do we have anything on? Do we even care? I just saw they wanted to throw it in because we have a Viking fan on the panel. So,
Yeah, not really. I mean,
gotcha.
he's
No.
he's he's didn't do a good job here. Better luck with the Niners.
My favorite. I saw a comment. It was like, "Man, I didn't think the 49ers draft picks could get worse," and it was under
Watch out.
his post, and I'm like, "Ouch, that's not
Yep.
very nice." But yeah, those are all the sports starters that we had. Let's do some Vikings off-season talk.
Oh, let's freaking go, boys. Hold on, I gotta get in mode here.
Oh, he's putting on the hat.
Vikings
Wow.
hat is now on.
So what if this is your first episode in a while? What we're gonna try to do is build like the best possible dream off season for as many teams as we can until kind of the regular season or the training camp stuff happens. And last episode we did the Jets. We had Mr. Dells on and we pitched it to him and it was pretty fun. This episode, me and Connor are putting our GM hats on and we are going to pitch it to Mr. Viking, Alex, and he's going to pick who's off season he likes better, and then he also brought one which see how much different or similar all these are because we were kind of talking before the episode. It was kind of funny. So I'll start and then we'll go to you, Connor.
Why don't you let
Uh,
Alex pick?
okay, yeah, yes, you're right.
Connor, you can start.
Something was gonna pick better.
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead, Connor.
Okay, I guess I'm actually
Actually, I'll just go first. I'll start
Okay.
speaking.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm gonna talk over you the whole time.
Yeah, whoever can be louder.
all right. I guess I'll go first then. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully everything is still fine. Pull it up here. All right. Vikings off season. Okay. Minus 43 million to start. That was a very scary thing to look at. So,
Indeed.
oh boy, had to make a couple of changes early, right? Starting with some cuts.
Oh.
Number one, I'm cutting Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, $14.5 million contract. He doesn't need to be making that at like 31 years old. And you have Jordan Mason as a backup who's 26, maybe somewhere around there, who can do the exact same thing with this offensive line, this offense. So we're cutting Aaron Jones, as well as we're cutting Javon Hargrave. Both of these guys that we're cutting are going to be after June 1st because it ends up saving you a bit more money later.
Post June 1st.
So both those are going to be after June 1st. Those are the two cuts. Restructuring contracts, a big one. We're going to be restructuring Jonathan Grenard. We're going to restructure Christian Darisaw.
Yes.
And as well as it's the most money, you have to do it. Got to restructure Justin Jefferson as much as, he might not want to do that. If you want things to happen, his contracts got to get worked on a little bit. So we're going to restructure those contracts. We're going to extend two guys. One of them, Ryan Wright, the punter. You need a special teams. Sixth best punter in the league this year. He's getting like $4 million a year, but he's a dog. Okay, that's just one of those. It's not flashy, but go get him.
Got to do it.
Not sure how you're going to feel about it, Alex, but I think he's really good. You mentioned someone earlier who did better than him, but I think you extend Ivan Pace. I think he has a lot of potential. He's still young. I think he could fit. So we're gonna extend Ivan Pace. like a 4 year, maybe a 3 year. I forget what I put because it doesn't actually tell me, which is stupid, but whatever. Um,
What
we
is does it
still
say
have.
the annual value on that? What'd
I
you
think
end
it
up
was
giving
like
them?
I think it was like 12 is what it was at.
Okay.
Something like
Okay.
12 or 13 million a year.
Okay.
Um, we were still in a little bit of cap trouble, so I had to make a trade. And that trade included TJ Hawkinson. We're gonna
Ooh.
trade TJ. He's making 21 million a year, which I just think is way too much. So what we did was we went to the Jaguars, who don't really have a tight end right now, you could say. So, just get kind of a vet in
Brendan
there.
Strange.
Come
Nah,
on
nah,
now.
nah, nah,
Come on
nah, nah,
now.
nah. He's mid,
They don't want that old fuck.
mid, mid, mid. But
Mid, mid,
anyways,
mid.
you go to the Jaguars and you say, hey, we'll give you TJ Hawkinson. We're gonna grab a 2026 second round pick and a 2027 fourth round pick, and that got it done. So you're getting an extra second round pick this year and a fourth for 2027, and that frees up
Sick.
21 million in cap. Going over to some signings now. One, we just got rid of a tight end. We're gonna bring another one in. He's on a cheaper deal, but he's still an elite tight end. And on the team he's on right now, you could say the rookie's kind of taken over a spot. David Njoku on a $6.5 million a year on a 2 year deal. He's 30 right now, so when he's done, he's 32 years old. But with JJ McCarthy, you need some offense still on all positions. You bring in Njoku on a $6.5 million contract just to replace TJ Hawkinson. So
Love
saved a
it.
bunch of money there. Um, Once again, another offensive guy, receiver. Bringing in Christian Kirk, super cheap deal, but as the third string, probably not going to get a lot of playing time already with Addison and Jefferson, but it's just another guy out on the field on like a $3
Yeah.
million a year, maybe 2 year deal. Defense. Rest of my signings are on defense here.
Let's go.
One spot is safety. I'm seeing need a safety, so I
Indeed.
went to a younger guy who's 25, coming off one of his better seasons, has a lot of time to develop, especially under Brian Flores. Nick Cross from the Colts. Signed him
I
to
like
about a
it.
$10 million deal for like 3 years.
Like that.
A vet, bringing in a vet on the defensive line. DJ Reader. I just think he's going to be a guy some teams are going to want to go after. He's got experience. He may not be the greatest player of all time, but I think he's just a solid vet to kind of have in rotational value there on like about 5 million a year. Bringing a linebacker, Jack Sanborn, on a 1 or 2 year deal,
Chicago
worth
legend.
about $4 million. And then my last signing, once again, just to kind of have one, you're going to bring a Meek Robertson in, super cheap deal, corner from the Lions. I think,
Yeah.
I think with a lot of this stuff that I was doing, you're getting some valuable players. And with these guys, some of them you're getting some vets that can kind of help some young guys, as well as replacing some of your older guys with younger guys. You're kind of just evening it out.
Okay. Okay.
I won't get into too many draft picks, but I had like three or four that I kind of wanted to go over. Number one, your first round pick is pick number 18. I
Mm-hmm.
think you draft Peter Woods out of Clemson, the defensive tackle.
Okay.
He's great player, one of the best defensive tackles in this draft, but he might fall, he might not. So if he's not there, I think you trade that pick back to like pick 24 ish, 23 ish, and maybe get a later pick in this year's draft, and you take Caden McDonald, defensive tackle from Ohio State.
Okay.
Next pick, I think you probably go linebacker again. I did have you taking an edge, but with Javon Hargrave also kind of being on the edge, I don't know if you need him, but Derek Moore is the edge from Michigan. I think he'd be really solid. Otherwise, you draft linebacker Jacob Rodriguez out of I don't even know where, Texas Tech.
Toledo, Verde.
Texas Tech. Then the next two,
Verde.
the next one I really like. Actually, sorry, it's the next one after that. Round two, with the pick that we traded for, you're gonna take center Connor Liu from Auburn. Ryan Kelly's on his
Why do you like
last
him?
year. He's 32. I think you just bring in a younger guy who can take over after him, but good prospect there. And then my probably favorite draft pick, um, Emmett Johnson, running back from Nebraska. You
I
got rid of Aaron
love
Jones.
that.
Yes, you have Jordan Mason's now the starter, but you're getting Emmett Johnson, who had the fifth most rushing yards in college football this year. He's going in round three, and with Jordan Mason being there, getting rid of Aaron Jones, I think this is a great running back to get in as the backup as well. He is a great pass catcher as well, if you wanted to kind of utilize him that way. But that is my last pickup that I'll go over in the draft. And I think the rest of the draft kind of fill up maybe like corner, maybe take a tight end late in draft. But that's what I would do.
Sweet. I like it. I like it. Now, Mr. Bear, let's see what you bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, to start it off, me and Connor were kind of pretty similar on a lot of the areas. Cuts. I went Aaron Jones and Hargrave as well. But I also had two extra cuts here. I cut Ryan Kelly because dude just didn't play at all, and
Concussion
his
after concussion after
his head is
concussion.
just not working right now.
Sure.
And
Put it.
then my cuts, I didn't get a trade for him. It was T.J. Hawkinson to free up some money.
Okay.
Well, let's go over to the trades real quick. I sent Jonathan Grenard to the Bengals because they need some defensive help over there, uh, just to get some picks. I didn't get Hendrickson. I'm sorry. He's a free agent as well, so that wouldn't have worked. But I got you three picks: 41, 72, and 110. And then this was my little fun thing I did here is he's off a field. He's kind of a head case. We don't really like those in our franchise because every time you see his name, it's not for a good reason. So we traded Jordan Addison to the Saints for Eric McCoy and the 73rd pick in the draft. If you're not familiar with Mr. McCoy, he is a center from the Saints, and he graded out at an 87 from PFF this year.
Shout
So,
out PFF.
shout out PFF. Restructures, Will Fries, Byron Murphy, Justin Jefferson. That we just got to kind of pray that he does that. And then Brian O'Neill are my restructures. My RFA tender, don't ask me what that is. It was Ivan Pace. So it was basically just like a 1 year, really low deal to bring him back. So let's start with some of the signings. It's all combined for me, so I don't have any sign backs or signings. It's all just in one. I brought back Eric Wilson as well for a 1 year deal. For
That's
a lot of these are 1 year deals for 4.7. We brought back Ryan Wright as well. We brought back Jalen Redmond, Andrew
Love that.
DePaula. I believe that's your long snapper,
Yeah.
I think. And then
Yep.
for my signings, just was trying to fill the team here. We brought in Jeff Okuda,
Brought
corner.
him back.
Mad at that. I thought
Brought him
about that
back.
too instead of
Yeah,
a Meek
yeah.
Robertson.
He's with us, yeah.
No, I also had Amik Robertson in there, but I
Nice.
used him last time, so I
That's fair.
switched it
That's
around.
fair.
Another Detroit guy. And then Connor, smart man, you need to fill that tight end spot since you got rid of the tight end. I also brought in David Njoku. So David Njoku is
Nice.
both on our teams. And this was by
Nice.
another cornerback. I'm just making your cornerback room pretty solid here. We gave Trayvon Diggs 5.7 million a year, just for one, just to fill that spot. We brought back Vikings legend of Dalton Reiser, and then for an edge, we we need some depth. You
Yeah,
have no
yeah,
depth,
100%. I get it. I get it.
and
We're
I know he's
thin.
been on the team before, so he knows the system.
That is
An
true.
edge, we brought in Jalen Phillips, former
Yeah.
Eagle and Dolphin.
Love
And
that.
then with Keenan Allen, or no, fuck, I just messed it up. Keenan Allen, we're bringing Keenan Allen because of Jordan Addison getting traded away. So Keenan Allen, $9 million deal, and then with Aaron Jones also being cut, we needed to bring in a running back. Not many
Uh-huh.
options, and we had to go really cheap on this.
Right?
And I had some. I'm always keeping a little bit of stock of this guy on my dynasty team, in my the lower stuff. Kean Mitchell of the
Mm.
Baltimore Ravens.
Bad.
So never got a chance. Always kept getting hurt, but also never got a chance in Baltimore.
True.
So that he is a free agent, and now he's your RB1 or 2. Mason can go back and forth. And I'm only gonna do like the first 2 rounds here because I don't need to go into all of these. But your round 1 is Avion Terrell. I don't know if you've heard
Nice.
that. Terrell, name
Yep.
or AJ Terrell's brother from Clemson. And then we got Mesidor from Miami, had 12 and a half sacks last year. And then Kamari Ramsey. Just put him in there. Don't know if he's related to Jalen Ramsey. Just thought that was kind of cool. So,
Get the
uh,
brothers.
yeah, exactly. That's how it works. And then rest of it, I'm not going to go through. But yeah, that was my quote unquote perfect Minnesota offseason.
Nice. Hell yeah. All right. I liked them both. If I had to pick between you guys on who I think made the better off season for us, I think I think I'm gonna have to go with Brennan, unfortunately. Yeah. And
Boom!
you'll kind of see why in a second when I get into
Guys
what
signed all the same fucking players. They were
what I
texting each
did
other.
here.
Actually,
I
that's
didn't.
the
I
same
didn't get
exact
any of the
people.
texts.
Yeah,
Unfucking real.
exactly. Hey,
left
hey, you pick
left
mine. This is
out.
who I'm picking.
All right, we'll just go over mine real quick. So my this isn't necessarily ideal, but I thought this was a little fun one to play around with, especially on this website here. Starting off with the cuts, I had four as well. I also did Aaron Jones and Javon Hargrave, like the two of you did, but I also did Ryan Kelly and
Mm,
T.J. Hawkinson because
nice.
I did not trade TJ. I don't, I
Decided to
don't,
get some
I don't
value out
know
of
if,
that.
yeah, I don't know how realistic that is with how
Yeah, I don't know.
fucking
I just,
garbage he's been,
you
but
know,
The
um,
name's hanging out for
just
dear
kind of
life.
looked at some teams,
literally,
looked at picks. It
literally,
worked. So
um,
that's kind of
Like,
where
you
we
really
went.
want to trade that? Yes, come
yeah,
on, man, send it.
please, yes, would love that. Restructures, Byron Murphy, Christian Darasaw,
Mm,
Jonathan Allen,
mm.
and like we said, just got to pray this happen. Pray he goes for it. Justin
Yeah, yep,
Jefferson.
yeah, 100%.
We gotta
That
free up some cap
That's
restructure
the
was
space,
biggest
man.
big.
one.
We
That is the
need it.
biggest one.
That's why I was like,
Um,
when we were talking Cutter, I was like, who the hell how did you get out of the cap hell? He's like, yeah, I
yep,
just restructured one or two guys. I'm like,
yep,
he did Justin Jefferson. I know it.
yep. Um, so three extensions.
Okay.
All three of these guys, I love and I need them back on the team. Andrew Van Ginkel.
Mm,
I know he's got this year left on his deal, but I still want him. I need him.
mm. Okay, okay, okay.
Pause.
Mm,
Um,
no, you need him. You said it.
I need him. Eric Wilson. I gave him another year. Actually, I think I might have gave him a 2 year. I wish it told me the deal I gave him next
That's
to it,
almost
but it
like it
doesn't.
sucks. It doesn't tell you the
So
deal.
Yeah.
I have Eric Wilson had a hell of a year. Like Connor had mentioned that I said earlier, surpassed Ivan Pace. Took that spot from him and played his ass off. So I would love to see Eric Wilson back. And then, like Brendan had, Jalen Redmond. I need him back on this team. He is so young and he had such a good year last year. Sign him. I think I gave him a 5 year deal because he
Oh,
he played so well.
I like this guy.
He's not going to require a shit ton of money. I also don't think it's realistic. I don't think he would take a 5 year deal at a lower price. But
Sure, sure.
my dream off season. That's what I'm going to
Exactly.
do.
100%.
But I did just shit on the guy, but I did do the RFA tender on Ivan Pace Jr. He's
Big
young,
money.
like Connor said. He has potential. I just last year I hated seeing him on the field only because I knew Eric Wilson was there and doing better. So with Eric
Sure,
Wilson
sure, sure.
being extended for another year or two, Ivan Pace, we can keep him on the team. Maybe he learns a little bit more. Maybe he cleans up those sloppy ass mistakes that he loves to make. Um,
you got a pretty good coach over there. So,
yes, yes, and we still have the best, one of, if not the best, defensive coordinators in the game. So now onto my signings. I have 8 signings because
Hey,
I did clear up 47 million in cap space here.
Justin Jefferson,
Um,
please.
um,
it'd go from
starting off.
47 to
Oh,
fucking 30.
before I go into my signings, I did make a trade.
Mm,
I want to start with that one before I get into the signings because it'll make the
mm.
signings make a little bit more sense. I got Jordan Addison the fuck out of here. All right, pack your shit. You gotta
Get that
go.
head case out of here.
Yeah, you are a criminal and you do not learn your lesson. So where did I trade him? Traded him to the Raiders, where they love
No
their
way.
criminal wide receivers.
No.
So I traded
No.
him to the Raiders, got a second and I think like a seventh or something like that, maybe a next year seven. It was I just wanted him gone. Plus the Raiders have a very high second round pick, so took that deal. I think it's pick number 46 to be specific. So going into the signings, my first signing here, I'm just going to do it in order. Jalen Tolbert, I think can come
Okay.
in,
Okay.
replace, maybe not replace Jordan Addison, but I think he can come in. He's still really young. Give him a 1-2 year prove it kind of deal. Maybe it's just a rental till he goes on and finds another team. But if he can play his ass off and wants to prove something for us, that would be great. Um, this next guy that I signed, about it says about 3.7 mil a year. I think this is also a 1 year prove it deal. But Brennan's guy, Kenneth Gainwell. I think
Mm.
having the mix of Jordan Mason's power running and then Kenneth Gainwell's agility and pass catching,
I
I
actually
think
love
that
that
would be
so much.
elite. And that
He's a better
and
Aaron
that
Jones.
one hundred
Younger.
percent. Well, younger, healthier, Aaron Jones.
Better.
So, right, and
Better.
I think Aaron Jones runs the ball better as a running back. But yes, sure. Um, Kenneth Gainwell,
Guy's a receiver
uh,
lined up behind the quarterback.
literally. Okay. Anyways,
Better.
then from the Dolphins, I am going to butcher this guy's name,
Oh
and
boy.
I'm so sorry, but
Let
it's
it.
I- Ifitu Melifonwu from
Nice.
the Dolphins. Kind of a dog, right? Has
What
had a pretty
position does
good
this guy play?
cornerback. Had a
Aye, aye,
had a
aye.
pretty good year with the Dolphins this past year. I think I gave him a 3 year, about 7.9 mil. So nothing crazy. The Vikings are known for doing their prove it deals, but getting higher upside guys on lower contracts after maybe a bit of a down year or some injury concern. So I think that's something we can do. This next guy here, right? We cut we cut TJ Hawkinson. So we need to replace the tight end position. Who do I go out and get? Not David Njoku.
Ah, that would be really
Hold
funny.
on. Can I guess? Can I guess?
Yes, you can.
Who else
Is
was
is
on
it
there?
Isaiah Likely from the
It
Ravens?
is Isaiah
Yep.
Likely.
Yep. He was my other
Bring
Wow.
one.
him,
He was my other
bring
one.
him
Wow.
to the Vikings, please. I think he would be amazing with Justin Jefferson, Jalen
How much
Tolbert,
does it say how much you gave him?
Probably about 12.
11.8.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Because
right around
that's who
12
I
mil a
did
year.
first, and then I saw Njoku, and I was like,
I was
ooh,
like,
I
yeah,
can
I'm
save a
definitely doing
little
that at
more money with Njoku,
6.4.
but
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I do think getting the younger Isaiah
100%. Yeah.
Likely, giving him a
more
longer
athletic.
deal,
Yep.
100%. So, next up, God, I'm gonna butcher this guy's last name. A guard from the Pittsburgh Steelers,
Mm.
Isaac Suimalo.
That's the guy with the
Suimalo?
long hair. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yes. Yes.
So sign him in. I think I gave him a 3 year,
The
30
Phil
mil, so
Donovan
10 a
Jackson
year.
love?
No, no, no. Other side, buddy. Other side.
I. Okay. Okay.
Um, I don't even know. I don't
What's
remember.
You mean you're kicking Will Fries out?
No,
Where's this guy gonna
no.
play?
That is a good question. Holy shit. I think I.
How does
Oh
he
no,
Signing
know
no.
this
I
guy
his
know
for
what
no
happened.
reason.
I know what happened. I don't think I meant to sign this guy. I was looking at him and then thought about that and then wanted to look for a center. And
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
think
say,
I
could
ended up
could
signing
this
him
guy
on
play
that.
center by chance? Because
Yeah,
that's what I
fuck.
did.
Yeah,
I put in a
I
I
think I
put in
fucked up.
a center, but he said guard, and it put him on the guard spot.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have a center. The
Yeah,
fuck?
I think that might have screwed me. Okay, whatever.
No, you're
Sign
good.
a
He's
center.
playing
Get rid of
center.
that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he is playing center now, of course.
And then brought back three of our free agents that are getting out of here. So bring him back in. Bo Richter, I think he is. I think he's got a lot of potential. Plus, he's absolutely massive, and he made a lot of plays for us on special teams. And bring him back for 1 mil a year, the league minimum. So love that. Same thing, Xavier Scott. He's that hybrid wide receiver running back we kind of used
Yep.
last year. I thought when we used him, the packages we used him in, he played really well. So same thing, minimum 1 mil a year. I think it was like 2 years, but I'm sure probably only a 1 year realistically. And then finally, Jeff Okuda, 4.4 mil a year. It's 2 year deal. Just shore up, get some more depth in that cornerback room, because it seems like as we need something to move Byron Murphy back to the slot corner position. So I signed the guy from the, I'm not even going to attempt to do it again, but
The
the guy from
Dolphins,
the
yeah.
Dolphins, bring Jeff Okuda back, move Byron Murphy back to the slot where he can actually play really good football. Stop putting him on the perimeter where he's not showing his best. And then to the draft. I'm just gonna go over probably the first. We'll go over the first four picks with one first, 2 seconds, and a third. And we'll go over four because you'll see why in a second here. One first, 2 seconds, and two thirds. So round one pick, number 18. I take Colton Hood out of Tennessee, cornerback.
Yeah.
Yep, dog. So we need again depth. Our cornerback room. We've had very bad luck with corners. So we need to get these younger guys in and should kind of teach them up. Round two, pick 46, that Raiders pick, we take Jordan Addison's replacement in Chris Brazell II from Tennessee. So Colton Hood and Chris Brazell going to be going at it in practice in Minnesota like they were in
Nice.
Tennessee, only making each other better. Um, round two, pick 49, so 3 picks later, I take Emmanuel Pregnon, offensive guard out of Oregon.
Yep.
Absolute dog. Uh, the round three, pick number 77, I take Keontae Scott out of Miami, safety, because we need a safety. I don't believe I signed one, so we need a safety to come in and unfortunately, replace Harrison Smith. So hopefully this guy can come in and not replace
Is
him.
this guy white?
Obviously, he will never be replaced. He's not. But we need somebody to come in and play safety for us. So, and then last but not least, round three, pick number 82 out of Nebraska, Emmett Johnson,
Yeah.
running
Emmett
back.
Johnson, dude.
With I know we got Jordan Mason and we signed Kenneth Gainwell, but having Emmett Johnson back there, young guy in there, never hurt to keep that running back room full of talent. Pending injuries or anything like that, have the depth that we
Right.
need there would be great. So yeah, that was just my quick little ideal Vikings off season.
I don't know if he is. I think he was a free agent. Are you bringing back Naylor or no?
He is a free agent, and I don't think so because I think he's going to get a lot more money than the Vikings would be willing to pay him because I don't think they're going to trade Addison because his trade value is too low. I only did it because that would be my dream is getting him.
Sure.
So his
Yeah.
trade value is so low that I don't think they would get a good enough return. So having Addison and then paying Jalen Naylor to be the wide receiver 3, that much money, I don't think that they would do that. So I think they do let him go.
You think Price can be that 3 or no?
I don't.
Okay.
Miles Price, I thought he was I'm pretty sure he's a running back. We
Oh,
have
yeah, he was
Ty
in-
Felton, the
Okay.
receiver we drafted last year out of Maryland. We didn't really see much of him, so hopefully
Maybe him.
maybe
Okay.
we can see him this year. Because he showed some flashes on special teams, but never really got to see him play. So
Yeah. Jordan Addison will probably be suspended before the season starts anyway.
Literally.
So he'll
or
he
in
might have to
jail.
play. Yeah. Maybe
Christian
bring back
Kirk.
Adam Thielen.
Christian
Yeah.
Kirk.
Come out of retirement.
No,
Ooh, Adam
you
Thielen.
do not ever talk about bringing that fucking guy back.
Oh, that's funny. All right, let's. I'm not gonna lie. This free agent class isn't the strongest in my opinion. But we got some guys here, and we're gonna do where their free agency destination is. So we got some names here, and I'm just gonna throw them out to you guys, and you tell me where you think they're gonna land. Starting out with Tyreek Hill. Where do you
Chiefs.
think he kind of lands in the free agency cycle.
I think he goes back to KC, man.
I can't lie. I also kind of think he goes back to the Chiefs, but I felt like that was kind of a cop out. So I think it'd be absolutely stupid. Let me throw that out there first because there's a lot of changes going on and people are probably going to get pissed even more. But for some reason, if they want another weapon on the offensive side because all they had was DK Metcalf and he's an idiot, Steelers.
Mm,
Mm.
mm.
Like I said, I think it would be really stupid. But, you have DK, Calvin Austin's, and Roman Wilson or whatever isn't really doing anything. So Tyreek and DK, maybe they can do something if they actually wanted to have another
Oh
receiver.
my God.
But
Who's throwing him the ball? Raj coming back? Raj?
I didn't think that far.
Brandon's throwing him the ball.
Yeah, me. Big me. The Chiefs are a good shout. I've seen a lot of the Bills. That would be kind of interesting. Every kind of big old wide receiver, name wise, is always just going to be with the Bills.
Bills.
But Alex, if you want to plug your ears, I put the Broncos.
Oh,
The
sorry.
Broncos
I unplugged
literally.
him.
I know it's gross, but they literally have nothing. They have Cortland Sutton and all the young guys. We can like him as much as you want and the promise of them, but their team is win now as not as much as we don't like talking about it. And bringing in Tyreek could elevate. There we go. That offense. So I put the Broncos just for a wide receiver. So
Right.
funny. Yep. All right. What's so funny now?
Dude, I don't
Tyreek
know.
Hill.
Tyreek Hill can
That
might
Oh,
was
go
did I
off
say
this year.
Tyreek?
Yep.
you did. You-
Nice. Good. Even better. That's what I'm gonna call him from now on.
Tyreek.
Tyreek Hill
That was funny.
is
Oh,
going
that
to
was great.
Denver. All right. Next guy up, and I'll start with this one. If you didn't see my video a few days ago on Instagram, go check that out. But we got Trey Hendrickson, and I said the Tennessee Titans because they are number one in cap space this year. So I think that Titans are just going to throw money at literally everybody. So every time that you get a underdog NFL tweet this notification this year, it's going to be the Titans signing this person. So I think Trey Hendrickson just follows the money, gets the bag from them, and he's a Titan for the rest of his career.
You want to go, Connor?
I'll go quick. I went with another team that had a lot of money to spend this offseason. And I feel like Trey might want to go to a team that could definitely compete. And I think this team definitely can. I went with the Chargers.
Mm.
Not too shabby. I do not hate that. I went with a team that doesn't necessarily have a lot of space, so he might have to take a little bit of a team friendlier deal. Maybe they make some moves, do some restructures. But I went with the Ravens. I think he might want to
Oh wow.
win.
Okay.
So I think maybe he takes a little bit of a
In
friendlier
division
deal.
two, wants to go beat the
Yep.
Bengals.
Yep,
That'd be
especially
pretty
after
sick.
the way that this relationship has deteriorated with Cincinnati. I think he would go to a division rival and play them twice a year, and I think the Ravens would benefit greatly if he plays as well as he did, yeah, whenever that was.
Yeah, that would
2
be
years ago.
sweet for Baltimore. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, 2 years ago. All right. Shout out Hendrickson. Next guy up, we got Trayvon Diggs, and I'll start with this one as well because I kind of did him in my Vikings dream off season. So Vikings could be a destination for him, but another one I had was the Philadelphia Eagles. They just need somebody on the other side of Mitchell. So Mitchell and then the Gene in the slot. Just put Diggs out there for a year and kind of, I'm not saying 100% fix it, but be better than it was this last season. So him taking a friendly deal for Philly because they're a really good team. So I think a lot of people are gonna want to go there and play.
Alex, go ahead.
I went with the 49ers.
Hmm.
I think, they need some depth back there. So I think he goes and, maybe he plays well. Maybe he continues to play like shit. So
Do you guys think he gets like a multi-million dollar, like multi-year, or just like a prove it one?
I think he'll
it's
get through
gotta
it.
be a prove it.
Prove it one.
I don't think
Which
any,
is kind
well,
of
unless
it's
they,
weird to say, but like he's still pretty young. I think he's 28. maybe 27, something
I
like
thought he was
that.
26, somewhere in there. Yeah,
Maybe he's a little bit
28 at
younger than I
max.
thought, but like he has a lot to prove. Like he still has potential. He just hasn't been playing well. So I mean, as weird as it is to say, I do think he gets like a prove it, and then if he plays well, I think he gets honestly a pretty decent sized contract.
He's 27.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think anybody would give him a multi-year contract. And if they do, it's going to be at a price that I think Trayvon Diggs would be too proud to say no, like no, I'm not going to
Yeah,
do that. So
It'll be
he'd
interesting to
want
see
a
what he
prove it deal.
gets.
it
Yeah,
will be.
because I mean, 3 years ago he led the league in interceptions, and obviously since then he hasn't
Fraud.
been the greatest. But I don't know. Some people love just holding on to the past, and he might just to get the most money. Uh, Next year we got a guy that got
Sure.
recently
I didn't want to
cut. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Fast.
Nothing crazy. I am going to the Bengals just
Hmm.
because they need all the help they can get in on the defensive side, and as much as it
Cheap.
might not be help, but yes, cheap. And if he has a good year, maybe he can be a key piece in kind of changing this Bengals defense. He can be the cornerstone. So if he wants you know, um, his fame and like being like I'm this whole defense kind of a thing, uh, Bengals are the way to go because they have no one else.
Yeah, the contract might just be 5 cents from the Bengals. That might be the contract that they give him because
Their
they don't
That's
want
favorite,
to
dude.
pay anybody. Yeah,
yeah.
Cheap.
that's for cheap. And then you go to the Bengals cheap. It's like, God damn.
Hey, cheap's cheap.
Yeah, that's why they suck.
Prove it.
Here we go. Next now, guy that got recently cut, David Njoku, and kind of will let you go first for this one.
Vikings.
Mm, no,
Okay.
didn't see that coming. Um, okay, fair enough. For Njoku, I went with the Panthers. They have a
Nice.
really young receiving core and tight end. They just have a really young team, right? Despite their
I,
offensive line, I think their
I
offensive
tried to
line is
trade
pretty old.
TJ Hawkinson to the Panthers, but I couldn't get a deal done.
They
Shocker.
wouldn't let me get Ted.
Uh,
What the freak?
Yeah, TJ
um,
for Tet
but
straight up, it wouldn't work.
I, I think
The
Njoku
money,
could
man.
go in there, play really well. Plus, I'd love to see that, man. Get Bryce Young, that
Facts.
target, the
That'd be
vet
fire.
guy. Tommy Tremble, I think, is their starting tight end right now. So, he had a decent year this past year, but I think you can obviously bring in Joku in, maybe run two tight end sets or swap them out, based on X amount of drives and let Tommy Tremble learn from David and Joku, who's been doing this at a pretty high level for a really long time on some really shitty teams. So,
Shout out Cleveland. Um, I mean, with the Vikings, I had them as well, but I also put another one with sadly another tight end this last year getting hurt. I think he goes to the Commanders. So I think the Commanders throw a little bag at him and just kind of wait for Ertz to be ready. And Ertz and Njoku could be pretty fun. Next, we have DJ Reader. Pretty down year from Detroit this last year.
very
So
much so.
I uh I just went he just follows the money wherever he gets the most money and it's the Raiders. I think he
The
fills that Christian
Raiders.
Wilkins you know area and he just goes there and gets as much money as he possibly can from there for Raiders.
I've used him in both my GM things, but I do think there's a really strong chance he goes to the Jets. They got a lot of money to spend. They need help on the defensive line. He's a vet. He can, help the young guys out. So I just think he goes to the Jets.
I can see the Jets. I'm not too mad at that. That would probably be my realistic choice, but I'd like to see him go to Atlanta. I think he could
Mm,
really I think he could maybe not be like one of the best defensive cornerstones in the NFL, but I definitely think he could make a solid impact on that team. That defense is not all that great, so he's obviously going to come in there and be a starter right away, and maybe help develop some of those younger
I'm gonna say
guys
a
that
lot
are
of
on
a
that
lot of
team.
young guys on that defense.
100%. 100%. Three more names here. Next up with two running backs back to back, we got Brees Hall. Kind of where you thinking Brees Hall lands if he's not tagged?
If he's not tagged, I mean, I 100% think he's getting tagged and he's gonna stay with the Jets. So that's honestly the only one I had. Um, but top of my head. Um, I'm gonna say Jets because I actually don't have another one.
All right,
I do on
that's
the
good.
next one though. I do on the next one. So
Okay, good. Alex, what you think?
I do think he does get franchise tagged by the Jets. Obviously, it'd be pretty dumb to let him go. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really think he wants to be there.
The
So,
Jets.
I shocker, right? Um, but I think I think he goes to the Chiefs. If anything, if he doesn't get tagged, I don't think it would be his decision to sign with the Jets. So I think the Chiefs would throw a bag at him. Plus, that would help drop Jeremiah Love. So I'm all for it because every mock I'm seeing right now is Chiefs take Jeremiah Love at 9.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some sort of running back you would think that signs or gets drafted to the Chiefs this offseason. But Brees Hall, for me, if he's not tagged, the only other team that desperately needs a running back, in my opinion, is the Texans. The Texans, Nick Chubb, obviously, I don't think is on the team, and I can't
Woody
even remember what
Marks.
he's all right. He's all right. He ain't nothing special, but I think the Texans, if they had the money to give him, they should definitely go after Brees Hall.
Joe Mixon.
I was just gonna say, don't they still have, or did they release him?
Mm, I don't.
He
I
was
think
hurt
he's gonna
all
be like
year.
29, 30, coming off a big foot injury. So
Yeah.
if he didn't get in at all this year, I don't think. I think they just cut him, to be honest. And then the next running back we had was K9.
So once again, I do think the Seahawks re-sign him. I think they're absolutely stupid if they don't. But if they don't, I also agree. I think the Chiefs make a play for K9. They need a good running back. He just went off this season, especially in the playoffs. I think the Chiefs chuck an offer at him.
RB 14.
Don't do that again with your mic, Mister. Where you got K9?
I I really can't see him being anywhere but Seattle. It makes so much sense with Sharp being hurt. He just won a Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP, had a hell of a postseason run. So I don't see him going anywhere but Seattle.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm just reading and it's probably probably could be. I'm reading the reports that it just seems like they're gonna let him walk, and which blows my mind.
Insane.
But whatever. I also have the Chiefs. Like some running back is going to Kansas City this offseason, and
Please.
if it's somebody of K9 or Brees Hall caliber or even Jeremiah Love, and Patch Mahomes comes back by like week 3 or 4, we just gotta hope that those guys suck there somehow. I don't know how
Well,
that's even possible, but
Pacheco said he's on a revenge tour this year, dude.
Pacheco stinks.
He said that though in
I'm
an
actually
interview.
it hurts my feelings when people try to compare Manangai to Pacheco because they both run really hard and they're from Rutgers. It's like Manangai clears him, so I don't want that comparison anymore. He sucks.
give or
And then
take, Pacheco looked pretty good his first few years too.
did he? Did he even look that? Did he look
At
that
least at
great?
least
Pretty
one of
solid.
those years, he definitely did. I would say.
I mean, would you say Super Bowl? Is that what you said?
No, I just said he looked good in his first
Oh,
couple of years.
gotcha. I thought you said he won a Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't because of him.
That's
That's for
not at
sure.
all what I said.
I know. That's what I'm saying, Connor. I'm not saying you said that. I thought I misheard you. I'm sorry. But yeah, Pacheco sucks. And the last guy we have was Bobby Wagner.
I'm gonna be
And
honest, this guy's retiring, dude.
okay,
This guy's
yeah,
going
that's
to
an option. Obviously, of
yeah,
course.
I just think, he's 35 going on 36. He's been in the game for a really long time. I just think his body's probably just about caught up with him. Maybe he's got like one more season left in him, but I really don't think he does. I honestly think he retires. If you want a team, I'll just throw out like the Colts, maybe someone that can compete in their division, just use a little bit of linebacker help, a vet too. So, but I do think he retires.
Yeah, if he's not going to retire, I think he re-signs with the Commanders for like a
That
one
was
or 2 year
another
deal.
option for me too that I was kind of
Yeah,
thinking of, but
he's played really really well despite his age with the Commanders. I think he really likes their system there. I think he likes being the leader on that defense. So I think he's willing. I don't think he's just going to chase the money because It's fucking Bobby Wagner. He's made so much money, but I think he would stay with the Commanders if he's not going to retire.
Yeah, I think this is his last year as well. I think he goes back to Seattle and finishes
Cool.
kind of where he started his
That would be
career,
kind of cool.
and that defense would just be even better than it was. So if he went there, that would be pretty sweet. So those were our, our free agency destinations. We might do that a few more times with some other guys. But Alex, you got a game for us, big dog?
I do. I
I
do.
love games.
I
I love
I
games.
have I just have a standard keep three, cut five.
Love it.
All right.
Woo!
Now, I need
Victory.
you guys. I don't know if I should be telling you this. I might look back and think I shouldn't have, but I'm just going to tell you right off the bat there are going to be some heavy hitters on this list. So
Good
you
to
guys
know.
need to
Good to
be
know.
very careful. Okay.
Let's locking.
We are going to be doing keep three, cut five, all time quarterback receiver duos.
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. All time, yeah?
All time.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
More recent, I'll say. I don't have anybody
Thank
I
you.
don't have a Dan
Thank you.
Marino or
Yeah.
Joe
Appreciate
Montana
that.
or anything like
Like
that.
Appreciate that.
2000s. Like
Right,
2000s.
yes. Yep, 2000s up for sure.
Awesome.
Um
Good.
so starting
Go.
off, we have Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown.
Mm,
Heavy, heavy hitters. Okay. Um,
that sucks. I mean,
And listen,
they were
is
both.
one gonna carry? Is the other one not gonna carry? What are
I
we
mean,
thinking? What's the
dude,
thought
Are we
I mean,
are
they
we
process?
were
saying like
good.
with like them together or like their careers separately? Like obviously, Brown went on and won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. Should we say with them that duo, like
Yes,
them
no,
together?
them
Okay,
together as the
okay,
duo.
okay. Because that was probably only like 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna be honest. If
I
he said
know.
heavy hitters, AJ Brown, or why do I keep saying AJ Brown? Antonio Brown, great wide receiver. It's like 5 to 8 max seasons. And I'm cool with a cut here if he said heavy hitters.
I know. I'm trying to think.
They didn't
I'll
really
be.
have much of any playoff success, to be
But
honest,
the
with my
but the
knowledge.
peaks.
I know, dude.
The
Antonio
peaks, so
Brown's peak
like
was so
the
high, and Ben Roethlisberger was really good. But I think I'm also going to agree with the cut. There's a couple names I'm thinking of. I know for sure there's one keep that I want. There's probably two. I don't know if this one makes my third, so I think we'll cut and see these other names.
yeah, I got three that I'm keeping it right now in my brain. So see, hopefully
Okay.
those come up, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. I got next one up. Matty Ice, Matt Ryan, and
Oh, okay.
Julio
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Made a Super Bowl together.
Keep.
So,
Keep. Yeah.
yep,
All right.
yep,
I like
yep.
that. I
Just
like
them
that.
together.
All right. Next up, Drew Brees and Michael Thomas.
Yeah, I think this is a
Land
pretty
Merchant
easy
cut.
cut.
Okay. Okay.
They had like
All
two or
right.
three really good years, but
Amazing years, some would say.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Gonna cut it though.
Next up, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill.
I mean, God, they were good, but I'm gonna be honest. I think Kelsey did just
That's
too
that's the
much.
first bowl together I think we've
Mhm.
gotten. So I mean, that could sway me. I'm not, me personally,
I mean,
and
they were
I get it. He
good.
won it without him as soon as he left, but that duo together was pretty insane.
What is that? I feel like I'd almost rather keep Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger over this, to be honest. Me personally, I don't think like yes, they were
Antonio
great
Brown's
together.
career was better, maybe, probably, but Patch Mahomes is better than Roethlisberger.
I'd say Antonio Brown is better than Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, but they won
So
a
it's the
bowl
same thing.
together. But they won that rank. They won that rank. But because like the other two I'm thinking of are Stafford and
Yes.
Megatron,
Yep.
and then whatever Aaron Rodgers and whatever you want to pick. I guess I have three, and then Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne. So those are my three that I'm kind of thinking of that hopefully come up.
I mean,
and we only have two
I would
starts.
tell you I'd personally rather have Rodgers and Devontae, or even Rodgers and Jordy, but probably Rodgers and Devontae. But I'll leave it up to
Maybe.
you. I'll let you make the decision.
Brendan's driving the boat, steering the ship.
That's not good because the last thing I need is Connor yelling at me that one of his guys come up. That's just
Patrick
never fun.
Mahomes and Tyreek Hill.
Fuck it, keep it.
All right, we're
Keeping
keeping
it. All right.
They won a bowl.
Alrighty.
They won a bowl together, so
They
that's my
did
reasoning.
indeed win a
We
bowl
won multiple
together.
after without him.
Speaking of winning a bowl together, we have Tom Brady and Julian Edelman.
I mean, it's so elite. I knew this was going to be up there, but it's a cut for me.
Yeah, I if it was obviously he's a tight end, but if it was Gronk, obviously it's a keep. You could put any of these wide receivers in here, and I don't think it's better than Mahomes and Tyreek. So I'm gonna go cut as well.
Fair enough. You guys cut Tom Brady and Julian Edelman. Next, we have Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss.
Mm.
Cut. Sorry, Viking.
I wanted to see how much Randy Moss
cut.
carried. I wanted to see how the
shout out Randy
magnetism
Moss
of
and
Randy Moss.
Culpepper,
100%.
but respectfully, gonna cut that
All
one
right.
as well. How many we got left?
So you have two names left. You have one keep left, and you have to cut the other name.
Here we go, Connor.
This is going to be Rodgers and Devontae, and I might punch a wall.
Matthew Stafford and Megatron.
Keep.
Okay, and keep right away.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just before we set that in. Would you rather have that over Payne Manny and Reggie Wayne?
Yes.
Okay, and then you'd rather have that over any
Yes.
of the Rodgers.
That is
Okay.
number one, in my opinion.
Okay. We are going to
Interesting.
keep that one.
If you're talking quarterback wide receiver duos, I think that is the most iconic wide receiver quarterback duo. That's
I
out
gotcha.
there.
All right.
No complaint from me.
So, you guys kept in this keep three, cut five all time QB receiver duos. You guys have kept Matty Ice and Julio Jones. You guys have kept Matthew Stafford and Megatron, Calvin Johnson. And you've also kept Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. You cut Tom Brady and Julian Edelman. You cut Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown. You cut Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss. You cut Drew Brees and Michael Thomas. And your last cut was Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne.
Fine by me.
No Packers
fine.
on there.
Good,
Fine by
good.
me.
Yeah. I think that was probably the best we could have done right there. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
I probably would have liked Peyton and Reggie Wayne over Mahomes and Tyreek, but it's really close. I really don't care. The one I just didn't want is I didn't want Rodgers and Devontae because I would have been hurt by that one because I think those two were actually elite together. But at the same time, if you're going off of success, they didn't actually win a Super Bowl or anything. So there's
Didn't do
that.
shit.
yeah, they were
I don't know if I'd say that, but
regular season merchants for sure. They were
Literally.
very good in the regular season. All right, I got 2 or 3 fan questions for the end of this episode, and then we'll get you guys out of here. So, our buddy Nate asks, let's see, the Dodgers. Okay, what is worse for the MLB? What the Dodgers are doing with spending all of their money and getting all the best players on one team, or for example, like the Brewers aren't doing anything and kind of just sitting on their hands and trading all of their good players away.
It's the Brewers.
Right.
100%. It's the Brewers. They are ruining. They're not ruining baseball. I think the combination of the two are ruining baseball.
Correct.
But I think the Brewers are doing it worse. The Dodgers are rewarding their fans for coming to every game and buying all the like Shohei Ohtani cannot have a jersey in LA because they're sold out immediately. The merch, the seats, the events, everything. They make so much money. they can pay these guys, right? Their owner just makes billions of dollars. Our owner makes I won't say billions of dollars. I know he's not, one of the top guys that owns a baseball team, but he makes hundreds of millions of dollars and sits on his fucking ass and doesn't pay anybody, gets rid of all of our good players. We bring in guys who also happen to be good, thank God, but we're a farm system, dude. It's the Brewers are worse at what's happening to baseball right now. That's just my opinion.
I'd agree.
Connor?
It's gotten to a point in the MLB where if you want to compete, you have to spend money. You have to be able to compete with these teams that are spending money. And, I'm not saying we're going to be able to compete with the Dodgers with, spending money or, the Mets. Like, we can't
You
compete
never
with that
know.
much
We
money.
don't do it.
True. You know what? I don't, it's true.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
you never
We
know.
took first in the NL,
could.
and we got rid of our pitcher.
Our
Like,
best,
yeah.
the best pitcher of that L. Got rid
Like
of him.
we have to compete in the market. We have to spend money. We have to go after these guys, especially after the season that we had, getting so
Uh,
close to making the World Series, and we just get ran through by the Dodgers because they spend more money.
Ran through.
Like, does it suck that they get to spend that much money and no one can really compete? Sure, but at the same time, we could offer a fuck ton of contracts for a fuck ton of money to players, but we just don't. We literally just don't even try. So we'll sit here with our $1 million a year players versus the $7 billion team over there. So
yeah,
yeah,
we just got to start going to the Brewers games with sell the team owner shirts on, and
We
hopefully
have to.
he gets the message.
Sell it to
Um,
Giannis.
yeah.
That guy's made hundreds of millions of dollars.
he's going into business all over the place now. You see, he's with
Right.
Kelce.
Yeah, that's
Shout out him.
crazy.
All right, next here we got one from Aiden. This kind of Packer question here for Connor. What would Jordan Love truly have to do to silence the doubters?
I mean, probably win a Super Bowl. I think if he just straight up wins the Super Bowl, I don't think there's any more doubt. I mean, I guess it depends on how he plays too, but I think truly if he goes out and leads a playoff run, a Super Bowl run, ends up winning a Super Bowl, playing good, like not going and throwing two picks a game and our defense carrying or whatever it may be. I think if he goes and wins a Super Bowl, I think if people will actually be like, you know what, he deserves the flowers. He is good, and that I just if he keeps losing the playoffs, no matter what it is, people are just going to say he's a choker and all of that. When I don't think that's the case at all. Maybe that's bias, but even if you look at this past year, he had 300 yards, 4 touchdowns in the first game, and we lost. A lot of that's on our defense, but at the same time, we had a few. The third quarter, really, we couldn't get anything going on offense. So I just don't think anyone's going to be pleased.
Could he be like the next kind of Cam Newton? Wins an MVP, top tier of the quarterbacks, and gets to the Super Bowl, loses. But that's just kind of what it is he just wins like regular season awards, kind of like maybe his counterpart, Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, he won the bowl, but kind of just, a regular season, god. And then when it gets to the playoffs, just sadly couldn't get it done.
I mean, I think it's possible, but I'd say as of right now, I think Jordan Love is definitely, not definitely, but he's got a lot of potential. I'd say he has the same potential, if not maybe a little more than Cam Newton. Cam Newton was a great runner, but I think Jordan Love is better in the pass game. So if we can get that going, I think we'd be okay. Why is that crazy?
That was a big Cam Newton guy, I guess.
Cam Newton's a dog. Plus the accomplishments.
And what's he doing right now?
He's nowhere near Cam Newton in terms of accomplishments. But
Yeah,
I will say, for me personally, as a Jordan Love doubter, if they have let's set this hypothetical up. If
We love hypotheticals.
next year they go to a Super Bowl, they win. I'm going to be honest. It's probably because of that defense, and I'm sure Jordan Love puts up a couple stinkers. So there will be ways to poke holes in winning
that's
a
what I'm
Super
saying.
Bowl, right?
That's what I'm saying. I
But
don't think you can
but
please him.
but if you go out, you win a playoff game, right? Let's say you lose in the second round, but you win a playoff game, but throughout the regular season plays well enough to win something like an MVP, but you lose in the second round, unless it's 100% your fault that you lost in that second round, I think that would be enough for me to be like, yeah, yeah, Jordan Love's pretty
Oh,
damn good.
so winning an individual award is would make you have less doubt than the Super
That the
Bowl?
individual player is good. Yes,
I mean, I
100%.
guess, but I feel like him winning a Super Bowl and leading a team to the Super Bowl with a stinker or two, I feel like I'd rather just. I feel like winning the Super Bowl would mean more.
No, because I still shit on Jalen Hurts. What are
Cam Newton is a pussy too, so I
right,
mean, he didn't win it, but
right.
he led his team to the Super Bowl, and I
100%.
don't know.
If the argument is making doubters believe in Jordan Love, the quarterback, I think even if you lose in the second round, winning a playoff game, not that he hasn't done that, I understand. He's won playoff games before, but in the same season, winning a playoff game and winning MVP would, as a Jordan Love doubter, sway me in the other
That's
direction
fair,
of
I guess.
he's actually pretty good. So I more than winning a Super Bowl would, because
That's
like
fair.
I said, there's
'Cause,
plenty of ways
that's
to
kind of
poke
that's
holes
kind of
in a
the
Super
caliber
Bowl.
I see at the Packers. They like should win the Super Bowl with this Micah Parsons trade. Like if you would have like done this without Micah and took the team to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl without like this quote unquote God squad defense, then you can, have an argument for it. But that's now what the Packers are supposed to be doing with this all in move.
Right.
So him
So hypothetical rebuttal. What if we go into the playoffs? Jordan Love plays great throughout the regular season, doesn't win MVP, but plays great in every single playoff game, wins the Super Bowl.
so he I feel like he would win the MVP at that rate, but I
Like, what if he has
I
some like? Okay, well
I mean
then take that
if
back a
he
little
wins
bit.
the Super Bowl, like and he plays out of his mind,
He
this
would
should be
have to
silent.
in that scenario, he would have to play out of his mind in the entire playoffs and the Super Bowl. He couldn't have one bad performance. He couldn't
That's
throw
fine.
one interception in that Super Bowl.
One interception. Oh, in the Super Bowl. Okay.
Yes. Not in the whole playoffs, but
I
in
was gonna
that
say,
Super Bowl.
Jesus Christ, God damn,
Yeah, I know that's
we are
asking a lot for
strict
Jordan
up here.
Love.
Okay,
It's kind
let's
I mean,
relax.
it's
JJ
kind of like
McCarthy over here. Fucking
Hey,
guys out of the
it's kind
league
of
next
that's
year.
fine. Hey, that's fine. I'm not paying JJ McCarthy $55 million a year.
And so far, Jordan Love's
also
doing pretty
fair.
good with that money. So
But no,
Sure.
it's kind of like a kind of like a
no,
Drake May
dude, I
situation.
can't.
Kind of like a Drake May situation. Played really if he plays really well the whole regular season and he gets carried to the playoffs or the Super Bowl, no, it's not silent at that point. Which could
But
also it could also happen because Michael Parsons could wreck all 4 games or 3 games if you guys get the bye or whatever. It's it's he could definitely be a wrecker for all those games. Aiden with all the great questions here. Let's see. If you had
Almost
to
starting
undo
fights. Shout out Aiden. That was a good
yeah.
question.
If you had to undo one Wisconsin sports moment, what would you erase?
one Wisconsin sports moment.
hmm
Ooh,
I got mine. A lot of good options, but I'm just gonna go the baseball route because you
Yeah.
probably will go the NFL or whatever. But Puig's home run in Game 7 of the
2019.
NL,
I
whatever
think
they
it
call
was.
that.
Might have
I
been
can't remember
2018,
what it's called.
2019. It was one of those years.
Yeah, 2018. Puig hit a you know
Yeah.
Dodgers up homer in the bottom of like the eighth or ninth, or top of the eighth and ninth, and it was Game 7, and it crushed me because we could have won that game and possibly won the World Series because we were cracked that year. But again, lost to the Dodgers, so I would love for that home run or the Pete Alonso home run. Those 2 home
Yeah.
runs to just be erased forever because that sucked.
I can't. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but there's a couple that come into
Can't
my
think of
head.
one Packers moment.
I got
No, I
one.
can. I
I
I
got one.
can. But
Hmm.
Erase the Bucks ever trading for Damian Lillard or signing
Yeah.
Dame, trading for Dame,
100%.
signing for Dame.
Yeah.
Get
Yep.
make that never happen.
um, the one that I'm kind of thinking of right now, which there could be better ones, but I'm just gonna say for one, um, Scotty Miller does not score that touchdown before halftime against when we were playing the Bucks in 2020, I believe it was.
Yeah. When they
For
went on
them,
to beat
and
the
then
Chiefs
yep.
in the Super Bowl.
I'd say that because I honestly think we had a great chance of winning the entire thing that year, and that absolutely fried us as soon as that happened. So there's that. And then another one, I was trying to think of a way around it, but I don't think anything crazy actually happened. I honestly would I just say the Badgers win the national championship in like 2014 with like Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker, but
Yeah,
nothing like
erase
bad
Grayson Allen
happened.
from that game.
Yeah, erase Grayson Allen. That perfect. That's
Yep.
what it is.
I thought the Packers one would have just been erase the San Francisco 49ers team. That would have been a
Right,
pretty
that
good one
one.
for you.
Erase the snow in that game.
Yeah,
Erase
That game.
Jordan Love throwing
blocked
the
punt.
49
Richard
throwing the pick.
Rogers reset, or was it Richard Rod? No, who the
No, what's the other guy? Oh my
yep.
God,
I keep
that
getting a
guy.
mix. Yep.
I know who you're talking about. We say
The
it every time.
onside kick. Yeah, I say
Yes,
Richard Rogers
yes.
every time, but it's not
Brandon
him.
Bostic.
Brandon
Bostic. There
Bostic.
it is.
Yes,
There it is.
That's a
that's
good one
him.
too. Yeah.
We could be here forever with
That's
Packers.
100%
Really good.
actually. That's
Yeah,
that's the one. It's Brandon
just keep
Bostic.
listing them. Just keep going.
Let's just finish with two of our, Alex, what's a Viking moment you would like to erase? Because I can
Ooh.
go first and let you think. The Bears obviously would be the double doink because the Eagles obviously went on to win the Super Bowl. So coulda, shoulda, woulda, could have been us. So
I'm
I
gonna
know what
have
I'd
to
do for the
go
Vikings. Erase the
with
Minnesota Miracle.
no. It's just dumb.
I don't know that's
Um,
how this works, but yeah,
I would
Quan
erase
Diggs
Sean
doesn't catch the
Payton
ball.
out of existence.
I
And then the Vikings win that Super Bowl in 2009 because that team was so fucking good, and we would have beat the shit out of the Steelers that year. Or the was it the Steelers? Yeah, it was the Steelers.
sure.
We'd have
Take
beat
your
the
word for it.
shit out of the Steelers in that
I
Super
think you
Bowl
probably
that year.
lose that
Either
game, to
that
be honest.
or beat the Eagles the week after the Minneapolis Miracle when we got fucking shit on. That was really fun. So
Mm.
either one of those. Mostly the 2009 erase Sean Payton from ever existing thing. That's the one that I really want to hammer home. That would be my wish, that Sean Payton never existed ever in life.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
another one for me to finish it off would just be erase North Carolina school.
Oh,
I don't really
Mitch,
beat
shout out.
Mitch Trubisky,
Shout out
and
Mitch.
a little bit of a reason why I not hate, dislike, let's say, Drake May. 'Cause,
No,
North
I
Carolina,
think you just
whoa,
hate Drake May because you
I
have
don't hate
Caleb
him.
Williams
Well, who
going
was
number one,
would
and
you,
then
I
he's
don't,
just
I don't hate. I don't hate. I dislike. I
that's
dislike.
no, you
who was
hate.
your court? Wasn't it like Rich Gannon you guys had before that? Before Mitch Trubisky?
Those are
He's the whole reason.
the darker days. So
I'm pretty
Mike
sure.
Glennon, I think it was.
Oh, Mike Glenn, that's who it was, not Rich
Yeah,
Gannon.
yeah,
Mike
good old Patrick
Glennon.
Mahomes. All right, I think that's good. Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about.
No, you good.
No, that'll do it.
All righty. With that, thank you for listening to the Cheese and the Bear podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials at Cheese and Bear Pod. That's all we got for today. See you guys later. Go Bears!
Go
Jordan Love is
Golden
MVP.
Knights.